here now with Ben V from Ludovico Technique. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
So we watched your set earlier. We thought it was awesome. How was it from your point of view?
Well, I'll tell you, we didn't know what to expect, right? So this is our first time here in the UK. We didn't know if we were going to get out there and maybe I'd be playing to a sea of the coolest dudes I'd ever seen in the world, a little too cool, right? So I didn't know what to expect. But we got a very warm welcome. I think people were really into it, and so we were immensely appreciative of how much support we were shown.
And this was the final date of your UK tour. How has the tour been as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, to further that, we had never been to the UK before, so we, as well as what I just said, we really didn't know what to expect. However, I can say safely to everyone watching, the UK, I mean, they can hang with everyone from, they're just like we did not know if people were going to be like losing it and just having a good time and letting loose, and I am very happy to say it was the case. It was amazing. The UK fans are some of the best that we've ever seen, so we immensely have enjoyed our time here.
Has there been a favorite show that you've done over here?
You know, there have been different types of energies. So we did Glasgow, we did Manchester, Sheffield, we did London, and then we did even Cardiff, Wales. And I can't say, and of course Bloodstock, right? I can't say that there's a favorite because I wouldn't want to tell someone from Manchester that Sheffield was my favorite, and I wouldn't want to say the other way, but I will say this, that this experience on the whole has reminded me that music is alive and well, and that people are passionate about the things that they are into, and as long as people are still that way, we'll still be that way, and we'll continue on doing what we're doing.
And obviously you're the multi-instrumentalist of the band. How do you select your touring members?
Yeah, so when it comes to the members, the live members, obviously, as you know, I write all the music and I write all the lyrics and the music, and then the touring members a long time ago kind of started as like friends of mine, and then it got to more like a professional level where I was having to like hire people from far away and all that. And nowadays, as long as we get along and they enjoy playing the music, because in order to play someone else's music, you really at least have to like kind of be able to get yourself in the vibe of it. So my touring guys, I think, really enjoy the stuff that I've written to the point where at least they can come out, make it their own a little bit, vibe on it a little bit, and then have a good show with it. So yeah, that's I have gone through members, and it's just whoever vibes the best with the stuff really gets to stay around the longest, I guess, right? Yeah.
And with the last album, Haunted People, you released 10 singles from that.
Yeah.
How did you choose which ones to release, or which
I wanted to do all of them.
Yeah.
So there's 13 songs, and I wanted to do. It was only 10? I mean, if you say, I guess you probably know. The thing about releasing singles, I know a lot of people sometimes can be like, well, I like albums, right? Well, I like albums too. But if I only did stuff I personally like, I don't know how well that'd go over with a lot of stuff. I mean, there's things I like that I don't know if other people like. So, nowadays, singles, it's a way for people. Okay, so there's nothing worse than, as a musician, you write, let's say, an album's worth of songs, and maybe there's song 7, maybe, and it's one that people just kind of skip sometimes. They don't really pay it no attention. And maybe that was the song that you poured the most heart and soul into. Maybe that was the little song that you poured so much of your heart and soul into. When releasing singles, every single song, every single artistic expression that you've poured yourself into gets its day in the sun just for a little tiny bit, so people can kind of take a moment, have a little break, give it a little chance, and then sure, they might be like, hey, I like this other one better from the other month or whatever, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but at least they give it a chance, So doing singles, really, I mean, I wouldn't say that we choose. I would release every song as a single, even ones that you aren't like, great hits, like something that's a little bit more low energy. I would release everything as a single if I could. Now, for those of you who love albums, because I know there's someone looking at the screen right now. Oh, what's this? I like albums, right? Yeah, I like albums too. All right, but we don't know. We don't always. I mean, people buy vinyl, people buy CDs. We even make cassette tapes because there's some people that still like cassettes. I don't have cassettes, but we have them available for those very, I don't know, like exclusive, super cool people that really need a cassette. We have cassettes. If it were up to me, I don't even know. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say basically is you have to remember there's a whole big world out there and people consume things differently. So don't be so upset about singles is what I'm saying. All right, there you go.
Are you working on a follow-up album, and will you release it in the same way?
So when we get back from this tour, there'll probably be a single or two that comes out this year if I can help it. We'll see. But yeah, the next album that should be out in 2025, it'll be released with singles. Now, if all of a sudden everybody hated it and they stopped supporting the singles, then I guess I'd have to go back to albums. But I can tell you this, when you release things as singles, there's an overwhelming amount of support. So I can't see, so if anyone out there does have a problem with singles, they're gonna have to take it up with all the people who love it, because it's not my call.
Right, we're just gonna do a few quick fire questions.
Yeah,
These
sure.
are really random.
Yeah?
So it's Dinosaur Day here at Bloodstock. What's your favorite dinosaur?
Dinosaur? Yeah, there have been quite a few dinosaurs here today. Well, I mean, we all have to go with the tried and true Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, look, I know it's kind of a cop-out, but there's been quite a few of them, so I gotta give them some props and respects, because there's been so many Tyrannosaurus Rex around here today. So Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah.
We ask this one to everyone. So what are your favorite crisps or chips?
Oh, okay, yeah, chips in
Yeah.
the United States. My favorite crisp, well, so being here in the UK, we don't have this back in the United States, but I get these proper, like I don't know if it's lentil chips or some. I eat a lot of plant-based things. So Proper, I guess, is that a brand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, back in the States, we don't have Proper. We don't have Free From. We don't have. I'll tell you this: back in the United States, the grocery store aisles, we also don't have tinned things. We have canned things. So when I was going down the grocery store aisle and I saw tinned fish, and I thought, well, there's something new. You don't see that every day. Yeah, down at home. Well, first off, I don't even know if we have canned fish, but it would be canned vegetables, canned. We say canned. So there's that.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Pizza topping. Well, I don't know what's popular here. You guys do. So I've been a lot of places. They do pineapple. They do some places, but a lot of people have issues with that. People get offended by that. So I've seen broccoli. I've seen. Yeah, you know what I like? What's it? A white pizza with spinach.
Yeah.
That's a good one. You know, and I'm not trying to. I understand maybe you are enormous meat eaters here in the UK. Perhaps you love supreme, like meat lovers, we call it back in the US. No disrespect to that, but you know, a good white pizza, maybe with some spinach, never hurt, right? Maybe building some strong to the finish, because you eat your spinach, UK. You know what I mean?
Final question then.
Yeah.
What's your favorite film or movie?
Favorite film of all time?
Yeah.
Of all time. I'll tell you what. So, of all time, this has been asked of all time. There's a film, it's not that old, but it is in black and white. It was directed by a director named David Lynch. And it's a film that came out in the 80s. I don't know if it was 1980 or 81 or 82, but it's called The Elephant Man. And it's a very endearing story. And I think that it's not only visually stunning, and it's like very moving on a visual cinematic level, but I think on an emotional level and a storytelling level, it really it's something that I think all people should go seek out and in their own time sort of enjoy and take it in. It's a story about humanity, and I think everyone can do with a little bit more empathy and humanity. And so this is one of those movies that will bring it to you. The Elephant Man by David Lynch.
Cool. Right, well, thank you for your time, Ben. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Of course.
And enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, cool.